Welcome back, boys. What episode are we on?
206.
206 of the Double Bogey Show. We are presented by Nicolay Law. Ryan, guess what?
He's here.
He's here. We did it. Russell is here.
We finally followed through with something we said we were going to do.
I know. We've been saying for months that he's coming on the pod, and we meant it. He is here. Russell, how you doing?
Doing well, guys. What's going on with you?
Oh, trying to swing them before the snow gets here.
Yep, I'm ready to dive in. I mean, Russell, we've had some burning questions for months now, and
Yes.
it's like we try and we'll try and dissect them ourselves, but there's no better way to do it than going straight to the source.
Call the expert, they say, and our expert is here.
All right, well, you shoot away.
Okay, so the first question, this is, we put it out to the listeners, and this question, I'm not going to list one specific listener because it was asked by 55 people. Are golfers actually responsible for any damage done to the houses along the course? And if so, why?
Yeah, and so it's my understanding that, each state varies and there can be some factual issues, but generally they are. One thing that's kind of interesting is in some areas where the golf course might be part of like an association with the homeowners, whether it's like condos or like a homeowners association, I've read that there can be covenants in that association that basically say, hey, your house is next to a golf course and it might be part of this, the club to some extent, and that, you're going to be responsible for the damages of like the kind of the falls So generally though, you are responsible for the damage that your ball can, could result in. So you got to be kind of, level up your game and also be careful where you're swinging.
So are there any repercussions that, like, let's say, hypothetically, I put a ball through somebody's window off of the first tee box, and I were to just pretend like I didn't see or hear anything and just kind of keep driving off. Am I then fleeing the scene of like a potential like crime or accident?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same as like there's those rules for like if you're involved in a motor vehicle accident and you flee the scene, and that can actually, like, people do that sometimes on like a minor accident because either they panic or they're in a hurry, and then you can take something really minor and make it like a felony charge.
Sure.
And I've seen that happen, but like as far as like you put a golf ball through someone's window and you like try to hightail it out of there, like probably not a good idea, but I don't know if they would give you like a fleeing the scene or you get anything
Sure.
like that. But I also think one of the, like, and it probably makes common sense, is to let someone know, because obviously you don't, like, let's say in this world now too, everybody has cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And let's say you do that and someone knows you did eventually, right? Because the homeowner's like, hey, I have a golf ball sitting in my, master bedroom in this broken window.
And it
And they
says-
look at the camera and they see who it was. They see you did it. You noticed that you hightailed out of there.
Yeah.
I could see like you maybe not getting invited back to that golf course, or maybe even worst case scenario, like there's the blacklist with your name on
Sure.
it. So I think the best thing to do is just kind of own up to it and see what can be done. And again, maybe there's a covenant too in that neighborhood where the homeowners have kind of assumed that risk. And so it's like, yeah, I mean, you did, I would just do the right thing and let people know, and then hopefully you wouldn't be held responsible. But if you were, at least you'd limit any kind of, long-term repercussions.
Well, Ryan uses golf balls with my face on them, so I'm screwed in that scenario.
That's a good idea. If you're going to be hitting wild golf balls, just use it with someone else's face or name on,
Yeah.
right? And eventually, like, you'll be like, dude, why would I hit a golf ball with someone else's face or name on? Obviously, it wasn't me. It was Ryan. So.
Well,
You know what's actually great? We have a whole bunch of
Yep.
golf balls with Russell Nicolay's face on them.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm going to get all these emails and calls from angry homeowners
Yeah.
about me
Well,
smashing balls to their windows. They'll be like, you need to get better. Stop golfing by our house and learn how to hit the ball correctly.
No, we're just getting ahead of it. We're using that golf ball, so it's say, hey, call my lawyer.
Yeah, right. Hey, go directly to the source. Also, I mean, good PR move for the Nicolay firm over there too.
Yeah.
It's like, what we need to do is, we got your face on one side, we got to put a QR code on the other
Yep.
side that directs you straight to your website. So if you do find it in your master bedroom, then it's a quick scan of the QR code and On you go. Okay, moving on to the next question, Russell. If I get hit by a golf ball and hurt, who is at fault?
Yeah, so there's some case law too, like in Minnesota about this. So one thing that's weird, there's stuff about kind of what they call like assumption of the risk. So there's some of this, like if you are in an area where you could reasonably be hit by a golf ball, did you assume that risk? And what I had read on this was in the past, for example, if there's spectators that are just out on the golf course, it's their fault basically if they get hit. Now there's some exceptions, but that's somewhat what the case law that I had read in Minnesota pointed. But I think where it comes more into play is, unless you guys are just fabulous golfers and the spectators are showing up and they just want to see what you guys can do, I assume in most cases what you'd be talking about, or most golfers, is like people on the course with you. Either they're in your group or they're like ahead of your group and you're shooting over them or whatever. And so then there's like this rule about kind of, I think it's called like the area of danger. But what it comes down to is like if there's people that, maybe they're on a green and they're finishing up and you're not waiting and you just kind of swinging for it, you should know that they would be there. And so you would know that they're in this zone of danger, and it's your responsibility. And you're also supposed to warn them, which is maybe that's why you'd yell for.
Yep.
But I would just say, if you know that people are still golfing ahead of you and you're swinging, you could be responsible if you hit them. So like the best thing is to wait till it's clear, hit it, yell for, and then you should be in a much better position and not worry about getting sued for hitting someone with a golf ball.
Okay, so like say I'm on a tee box and the hole next to me also like has an adjacent fairway. I hit my shot into the other fairway, and it's the classic, like, do I wait for them to hit their tee shots off the next hole even though I'm going to be right in the middle of the fairway, or do I run and hit quick? If I'm in the middle of a different fairway and the people playing that hole hit their tee shots and it hits me, they should know that I'm in the line of danger and probably hold off on waiting to hit their shots. Correct?
Well, are you saying you ended up on, because your shot went wild, you ended up on a different?
Yes, I ended up on a fairway that someone else was playing.
Yeah, I mean I think that could be an exception, because unless obviously if they see you there, then they have a problem. But like otherwise, if they know the hole, generally that would be clear, right? Because they let the folks in front of them go ahead. Yeah, I think this would be more of a gray area, because if they wouldn't assume or would know that you would be, on that fairway because you're supposed to be somewhere else, but you're just a wild golfer, or they just got away from you and they didn't know you were there, they might not be liable, especially if they yelled for, because part of it is like warning. I mean, now, how long and how far can you hear that?
Right.
But like if the witnesses were like, hey, we couldn't see anybody in front of us. We actually saw the party in front of us kind of move on. Steve Smith over here, then he hit it and yelled for, and we come down and we see a guy that wasn't supposed to be there, laying on the ground with a golf ball. Spoon. I don't know, that they might not be liable there because they wouldn't assume that someone be in a zone of danger. So I guess the point of that would be like, if you end up on, a different fairway, I would be pretty careful about that. You might get hit by someone else's ball unless, they can see you,
Gotcha.
You're kind of getting at your own risk there, if that makes sense.
So you mentioned something in the middle of that question that spurred another question. Does the word for actually have any legal grounding? Like, so if I did hit Ryan and I have witnesses and I yelled for really loud and there's people there to see that, does that actually help my case, or is it just kind of a moot point?
It's when I read the case law for Minnesota, because there was some, believe it or not, there were some old cases. Like, I feel like one was from the 60s. It could have been older, and then one was from the 80s. It didn't say for specifically, but it said like to warn.
Sure.
So like for is basically warning. So like I think it does help your case, because you're giving out a warning, which is like that's the custom in golf, right? Like that means that you're hitting and you're driving the ball. So
beautiful. So I'm a spaz about yelling for. So I'm covering my butt.
Yeah, and I also think after hearing all that, Russell, I think if a group behind you is hitting into you, I think we're justified to get pissed at those people for hitting into us.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
hey, this golf course looking pretty nice today, but just imagine what that courtroom's gonna look like tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, you could say actually because you guys know we are here with the zone of danger. Like we're probably going to be seeing you in court if you hit one of us. So let's just wait your turn, big guy.
Yeah, I'm just going to play this podcast if anyone ever hits into our group.
Yeah, right. Hey, here's the proof.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We seriously appreciate it. I'm glad we finally made it happen. Russell, we've been telling everybody all summer long where they can find you. I think it's your turn to tell them where they can find you. We finally got you here.
Yeah, definitely. You can find me at nicoletlaw.com or 1-855-NICOLET. We try to make it easy for folks to get a hold of us. Otherwise, if you're just driving down basically any interstate or major highway or even back road in the Midwest, you probably see my face, and I apologize if it's too much. But you can see us there. But yeah, feel free if you've got an injury case or injury issue or just need some help, give us a call or shoot us an email, and we'd be glad to help out. We love helping folks in the Midwest, and it's an honor to be able to do so.
Well, yeah, and we appreciate this partnership for sure. It's funny. There's a couple of billboards in Fargo, but one of them is a different guy that is also bald and has a beard. And I was telling my wife about us working with you, and she's like, "Oh, there's Russell." I'm like, "That's not him. That's a different guy with a shaved head and a beard." But the billboards are definitely a staple. So yeah, everyone give them a call if you have any questions. Head to nicoletlaw.com. And thanks again for coming on, Russell. We appreciate it. Seriously.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. And just so you know, that attorney he's our managing attorney in North Dakota, but he just happens to have a similar style of bald head and beard. His name's Drew Epperly, but he's a good dude. But yeah, that does throw a few people for a loop because they're like, kind of looks like him, but not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's Drew. We like to throw him once in a while over in North Dakota. But anyway.
Awesome, Russell. No,
Perfect,
we appreciate it. Thanks again for coming on, and looking forward to the next one.
All right, take care, guys.
Thanks,
take care, Russell. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Back, big way.
Were you guys kind of following my course of events this last weekend?
Slightly.
Had to document it.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't put much out of there because number one, I didn't want to get caught. Number two, I needed to focus.
I'm being honest,
get to the
Ryan.
focus in a sec. Go ahead.
I see enough of you during the week. When I saw you come across my Instagram story, I fucking triple tapped you right past.
I respect that, actually.
I'm like, this guy, I can't get away from him.
I'll hear about it later. Ding, ding.
No one's fucking putting stories up except
I
me.
hear it. I see him, and I hear him every day, all day.
You know what would have been great is that when your kid outdrove your buddy, if you got it on the Instagram story and threw it up there.
I was trying to enjoy the moment with my son.
Well, I'm out there for content. And what I did for content this last weekend, I did something I've never done. This is the first time. No, it's not the first time. It's the second. First time was in Florida. I really wanted to golf this weekend. Luckily, we were able to get out Friday after work for a quick 9 holes. But 9 holes just is not enough for me.
Oh, yeah,
so
I forgot we did that. It was
like,
a fun
well,
round.
Yeah.
It was a good
This is the first time I've golfed with Trevor all year.
Yep.
Same. Yep.
Yeah, it's good vibes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so the weekend come, I'm like, God, I gotta get one round in. The course, Maple River, that I love playing, there was one spot available at 8:15 on Saturday morning. So I'm like, all right, well, I can either just not golf this weekend or I can gamble. I can book the last spot at the 8:15 and play with 3 guys who I have no idea. I have no idea who they are. I feel like early morning golfers is a gamble because you get the hardos out there that you could get paired with, or you get lucky. I roll up to the course and I go in and pay, and there's a couple groups of 3 that are kind of milling around the putting green. So I'm like scoping it out. Like, all right, does that guy look like he's getting ready to go tee off, or does that group, are they taking their time? Whatever. Finally, before the round even starts, I figure out who I'm golfing with. I ended up parking right next to them while they were loading their clubs up in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
It was them the whole time. So we get up to the tee box.
It was always you.
It was always them. We get up to the tee box, and 3 guys, mid-20s, high school buddies.
Ah.
The one guy lived in town there. The other 2 guys had drove up to visit him for the weekend and kind of like play golf, go out, have some beers, whatever. So my icebreaker to begin the round, go up, shake hands, introduce yourself, and I'm like, after that,
who's this fucking guy crashing our high school reunion?
Well, that's exactly what I
This
said.
fucking old guy.
I said,
Yeah,
hey,
God,
sorry
dude.
to spoil the party for you guys today, but I'll be playing with you guys for the next 18. Forgot their names immediately after the handshakes. I'm
Always
like,
happens.
Son of a
Always.
bitch. Luckily, the one guy had his name on his bag, so that was an easy one. And then the other two, I was just waiting for one of the other buddies to like refer to them or like ask them something or say something to them with their name in it, and then I was in the clear. But from our tee shot on hole one, also that no one took breakfast balls on hole one. I would say two out of the four of us needed breakfast balls. They didn't. I'm like, well, fuck, this is not going to go good.
Not your group.
Now, granted, they were not good by any means.
I feel like you kind of got to be good if you have your name on your bag.
Yeah, and the guy with the name on his bag was the best out of the three. Now, also we're playing blues, and I'm like, I usually play whites, but we'll play blues today. I didn't want to be the guy who's lets them hit and then goes up to the whites, right?
Especially at a course where most of the tee markers, the blues, are just 5 yards behind the whites.
Yeah, and some of the holes are like 50 yards. Like, hey, I could have used that extra 50 yards. But from our tee shot on hole one till I would say probably hole 9, I was so focused on not being overbearing, like not trying to make too much conversation or make too many jokes to like kind of get in with this. These are high school buddies. They've been friends for years. First 4 holes, I go double, par, double.
Hot start.
I am 6 over after 4 holes, and I said, okay, well, this is the end of today. So
I mean, why is that weird? That sounds completely normal.
It's a good round,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's like, what the fuck? That's really good. Dude.
wow, I mean, going
Not a
every
single triple.
no triples actually.
good.
I don't. There may have been a couple triples from the other guys, but I said, okay, well, I'm too focused on not being that guy, and I think I did a pretty good job at it. I let them spark the conversation. I let all those 3 tee off, and then I was the last guy. They're kind of walking back to their carts, whatever. I was kind of flying solo. I let them spark the conversation. Come to find out, one guy, Concordia baseball player.
Nice.
During COVID, the other 2 guys, JUCO baseball players. Okay, so we got some.
Shit! And then you talk college baseball with Ryan. Game over.
Yeah, and I'm like, I played 5 years down the road, closer.
Probably sat down your older brothers.
Second team all conference 1 year. The only reason I wasn't first team is because there was a senior who was first team, and they felt bad for him. So,
What about your senior year?
I went after I had a really good year. I kind of went on the I got a little too comfortable, went on the decline, and I'll admit that. But overall, I would say it was it was just a normal experience. There wasn't anything. No one did anything stupid. There wasn't anything crazy that happened. They actually, for being 2 buddies or 3 high school buddies getting back together, no beers were ordered on the cart or on the course.
Didn't you say you were out there at like 6:30 in the morning?
8:15 was the start of the tee time. But outside of that, I mean, I feel like I did a pretty good job at not. I mean, I could have ended up on the internet very easily if I was just that guy. But everything went pretty good. I don't know if I would do it again because, again, it's a gamble whether you get someone good or not. But the one experience I did have, didn't play good golf at all. I shot 86. It was really bad 86.
Oh, no. I'm fucking telling my buddies about my 86.
Wow. Yeah, the drive. You remember when was it 3 weeks ago? I said the driver figured out.
You don't.
I don't anymore. Everything was the same as it was 3 weeks ago, or as far as I know. And I think I lost 1 ball per hole for the first 6 holes.
Yuck.
Expensive round of golf.
So I mean, now I'm digging into like the Nike like Mojos, and I ended up using a pink ball at one point.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Son
Pink
of a-
Nitro. That's when you know you're desperate.
I also have a Callaway Warbird that my dog has like had in her mouth a few times, so it's got some nicks in it where like if it hit your driver face, it may like just nick your like dent or nick up your driver
Nice.
face. I was one more lost ball, and that's what I would have been. That's what I would have been at.
Damn.
So-
So, on our first time all summer, and I know I preach it, I really got to ball hawk when we played
did.
around on Friday. I
did.
found 11 balls. It felt really nice to finally get back in the weeds.
Yeah, and then there was a so the course we played. There's a big patch of native grass that both Trevor and I hit our balls into.
Yep.
And it says "Do not enter." And
One
it-
of the signs was knocked down though, so we entered there.
Yeah, it gave us like another 3 feet to where the sign was knocked down to. That is an absolute gold mine.
Oh, Haven. I found most of the, I would say 9 of the 11. It's 9/11 today also, never forget. 9 of the 11 balls were really nice balls. I only got like 2 shitters.
Yeah, didn't you find like a tailor-made like a video game like
Yeah,
pixel,
I found
pixel ball?
a TP5 covered in like Chinese dragons.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Yep.
It's kind of cool.
Yep.
That was my gamer after I found that one.
I think you lost that one pretty.
Nope, still
you
got
did.
it. Finished around with it.
Throw it in the
Damn.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking throw it in the case.
I lost 1 ball that whole round.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, I
Can't
mean, it's hard to
relate.
lose balls when
No.
you're fucking topping it 80 yards.
That is true. That is very true. We're still working on that swing, but we'll get there.
Yeah. I mean, I played fine. I shot a 45.
I mean, you double that. Or
90.
let's say you double it and you subtract. You just knock
I
one
shoot a
stroke
44
off.
at 89.
You shoot at 89.
Yeah.
You know, and we can knock strokes off at the end.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
fine.
we can.
It's like, oh, this guy's sandbagging. It's like, dude, if I want more strokes in scramble tournaments, I'm gonna just increase my handicap. That's the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Lowering your handicap is like, what does lowering your handicap get you? More
Frustrated.
Just an
frustrated
ego.
and more credible conversation when you're playing or when you're just bullshitting with random people who are lower handicaps.
No,
Who
you're
gives a
right.
shit?
I don't ever want to lower my handicap because people with low handicaps are annoying and they screw themselves out of scramble tournaments.
Well, 100%. And also, like, if
I'm not going to sandbag. I'm just not going to improve.
what's the opposite of sandbagging?
Bagging?
No.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know either.
Band sagging.
Yeah, band sagging. That's
There we
good.
go.
Thank you, Noah.
Also, like, you know, if someone like tries to put you down about your higher handicaps, like, all right, well, let's just play stroke play. You give me the bumps I deserve. I could still beat you.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not the one being weirdly confrontational about a number, you annoying little low handicapper.
Fucking loser.
Yeah, this is. I'm not projecting. I'm not jealous at all.
So yeah, that's that was. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a highlight of my weekend. I would say Friday was funner round, more fun round.
Friday was great.
Friday-
Perfect vibes.
The worst part about Friday was it was only 9 holes.
Yeah, absolutely. I could have played 36 that day. The weather
Me
was
too.
fucking perfect. I wasn't playing bad. I mean, I wasn't playing good either, but I was playing well enough to want to keep going, and it was good vibes all around. We lost Jade after hole 6, but
Yep. Yeah, Jade got kind of a wild move. We had a 250 tee time, and Jade had a 340 tee time. Or no, we had 250. Jade had a 4 o'clock tee time. So he
same course.
Same course. So he just came at, like, he paid for his 18 and then just came and he just
Golfed 6
Golfed
warm-up
6
holes
holes.
with us, and then joined his other round.
Yeah. Going back to last week, remember I had said, like, book a slot in the first tee time, get there early, get your cart, and then just go. So I tried doing that for Saturday, and the guy I talked to on the phone, I said, hey, what's your earliest tee time? He goes, oh, this time of year, 7:36. I said, all right, well, if I book 7:36, can I go out? Can I just get there early and just go by myself? Got vetoed.
Yeah, see, the problem is
Damn.
he asked over the phone.
I know.
You got to ask him in person while you're there early.
I know.
It's going to be way harder for him to say no to your face.
And it's like, hey, I don't care if I play on yesterday's pins, or I don't care if the fairways are mowed. I get it. You know, maybe I'm holding the mowers up too, but
Yeah, but you're faster than the mowers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck, get your distance, grab a club, and smash
It
it.
takes a lot less time to putt hopefully max 3 times than
Yeah.
it does to mow a green.
I mean,
so
I'm only putting twice if I'm playing by myself.
Yeah.
I'm giving myself like 10, 15 foot gimmies.
easy,
Yep.
easy. Yeah, well, you get
People are
my gimme stick when I'm by myself is my ball grabber that extends.
It's just
Yeah.
auto putts when you hit the green.
Yep.
Yep. That's normally a 2 putt, so we'll
Mhm.
just put that down.
Yep.
So
Pick
Yeah.
it up, move on. No, you had something you wanted to talk about. This time, it's actually going to happen, though.
Right. Okay. So I had this happen. This was over Labor Day weekend. I forgot to bring it up with you guys. So I had a buddy that I asked probably a week in advance, hey, do you want to go golfing on Labor Day? And he was like, yeah, for sure. So I hit him up on Friday. I was like, hey, did you get a tee time? Because those go fast. And he was like, yeah, got one. We're good. I'm like, okay. So I don't have to schedule one.
trust is at an all-time high right now.
Right.
All right, he's playing, and
I
we got a
mean-
tee time. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. And I asked him like a week prior, mind you.
Which is
like,
great.
Right,
Great advance.
right. Because it's like I know that it's, and I checked weather, everything. It was gonna be a beautiful day, so I was like, it's perfect. Sunday rolls around, and I'm like, hey, who's all going? Because he's got a different group of friends, like in graduate school, that we kind of intermingle with, and he's like, well, me, you, and he names 3 other people. That's a group of 5, and I go, we can't have 5. Like, we can't have 5
Not on
Labor
Labor
Day
Day.
on a public course in Fargo. Like, we just can't do that. And he goes, yes, we can. I'm like, no, we can't. I'm just not going to go. Because it's his graduate group friends.
Oh,
fuck.
what a fucking kick in the nuts.
So
dude.
this, I asked a week prior, should we do this on Monday? Yeah, let's do it. Friday, did you get a tee time? Yeah, I got a tee time. Sunday, there's 5 people in our tee time. So, of course, I'm going to be the bigger person and just say, okay, I'm just not going then. Because I'm not going to have him kick somebody out of that group when it's like,
I'd have
that's-
kicked his ass out.
yeah,
Like,
honestly.
you can't come to your own tea time, pal. You fucked this up.
So, I just,
What did he say when you're like, I'll skip the tee time and you guys
well,
can
he's
go
like,
out.
no, we're going. Like, you'll ride with me. Blah, blah. Trevor knows this guy. He's super like, he wants to please everybody
Okay.
Mhm.
without hurting anybody's feelings.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I'm just like, no, shut up. I'm not going. I was like, we can't do that.
I'm not going to waste my drive there and then end up having to go home.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So my my Labor Day golf plans got pooped on
On
What?
Sunday.
Just
on Sunday. And
zero Madden awareness for this guy.
absolutely
That's
0.
tough.
He is very flaky though, so
Yeah. So
So
it's just the fact that you told me on Friday,
What's his name?
Drew.
There we
How-
go. Okay.
out him.
is like
I don't
Drew that
care.
worked here?
No,
No,
Oh.
it's not.
No, he's that Drew. He's got the same last name as me, Tyler. He ain't flaking out like that.
I mean, you never know.
he did flake out of a 2v2 one time though.
So,
Anyway,
no, how close are you with this guy? Like, are
Like high school buddies.
like friends forever? Like, nothing's
been-
going to ruin that?
Yeah.
Okay. You do the same shit to him then.
Yeah.
You book a tea time, invite him, and then you have like 4 people from work come.
Mm-hmm.
Not me, though. I'm busy.
Yeah, not me.
did his buddies ever send you a thank you text being like, "Hey man, thanks for organizing this round this past Monday. Really appreciate you getting things going so that me and 3 other guys
Yeah.
could go out without you."
Nope. No appreciation. It's
There's
funny.
not even a thank you
Nope.
text.
I was basically the event planner, and I didn't get to partake.
You
in
should
said
charge
event.
for your services.
I should. It was unreal. I hope they had a great time.
I hope their round. I hope 9 holes took them 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
I actually think you should do it to him. Get something planned, and then day of, be like, hey, yeah, it's you, me, and 3 of my absolute best friends from college.
Yeah.
So it'll be 5 of us. Oh, sorry, they only have 4 people in each group. And then just wait to see what he does.
Yeah.
He'll still just show up. He
Let's
won't
say
give a fuck.
The dipshit, knowing how much of a dipshit he is, he'll show up and be like, he'll try to swindle the person working the front. Be like, hey, we could probably squeeze in 5. I mean, it's fine. Like, well, you know.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, here's what you could do. Book the tee time, ask him to come play. Get 3 other guys who are like the biggest hardo losers. Like throw me in there, throw fucking Jade in there.
Invite
Throw-
us and
throw
we'll
a-
just purposely be shitty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw Alan in there and like
Oh,
and then be
That'll
and,
just happen naturally.
and then
No acting.
and then be like, yeah, man, like accidentally booked it for 5 and like, you know, I'll just stay back on this one. So you can go and golf with these other 3. They're great guys. Don't get me wrong.
And we'll
you should have
ruin
great-
his
don't
fucking
no,
life.
don't
Yeah.
tell him until it's like the tee time is
until
then.
he's there, so he
Yeah.
can't back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, until he's there, be like, hey, man, had something, you know, called the course 5 minutes ago and they don't do 5 some, so like I'm just gonna stay back.
Oh, you're already there? Yeah, feel these are good guys. You go ahead, play with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, you know, I designed this group around you, knowing who you would get along with the best, so it should be a great time.
And we'll just fuck them. I'll bring my speaker and I'll only play classical music because I say it calms me on the course.
And I'll force tequila shots down his throat.
Yeah, and then we'll make Jade give him a shit ton of unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's riding with Jade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make sure.
Oh,
Jade,
yeah.
and Jade's driving.
For sure.
Make Jade drive too. He's a terrible
Uh-huh.
driver.
And we'll throw the rule book at him as many times as we can. I'll start right away, very passive aggressively, telling him to like hurry the fuck up.
Well-
And then by like hole 9, I'll just say hurry the fuck up. You're so slow. And then he'll be super anxious the rest of the round.
Yes.
First tee box, be like, just announce your ball. He doesn't say anything. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? That's one stroke. You didn't announce your ball. Just
Yep.
start the round.
Yep.
That's one stroke.
Yeah. Hey, what are you hitting here? I'm hitting a 7 iron. Okay. Well, that's one stroke penalty for giving
advice,
Yep.
yeah.
Giving advice.
Mhm.
So, now we're at 2 stroke. I mean, you could just keep. Yeah. By the end of it, the guy's gonna shoot 99, and he'd probably never come back.
Right.
Yeah, we'll just ruin the sport for him for fucking you over. We got it.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys.
We got you.
Oh man. Yeah. So that
Sorry.
was my Labor Day round.
I'm sorry that
That's-
happened to you.
No,
that
it's
sucks ass.
It's okay because it's unfortunately expected out of this fella.
Yeah, don't throw him the ball
So
tonight.
when I sign up, yeah, I won't. When I sign up,
Oh,
to-
you can't just breeze over that. These 2 goons are in a flag football league.
Trevor, you can't just talk about something like a side conversation that nobody knows about.
you get
Yeah.
You have to explain. Okay, don't throw the ball. What are we doing here?
Me and Noah are in a flag football league. He got us signed up. It's all his buddies and then basically me. So
Are you not my buddy?
to a degree, but
Whoa! You're only work
Yeah,
friends, so
we're
this is a
work
work-related
friends.
league.
Okay, that's fine.
well, it's all your buddies from high school, and then it's just me. That's just
and
you know.
some of Drew's,
yeah.
some of Drew's
But,
classmates.
Noah said he's gonna be QB tonight, so
Nice.
told him to just not.
These okay. Complete side note. I'll be quick. These dipshits want to just take these 40-yard shots downfield, and then we just lose because we turn the ball over immediately.
Yeah, they just,
I'm the next coming of Randy
Anyways,
Moss. I'm mossing
the
everyone.
young guns they still think they can outrun anybody.
Yeah.
But it's just not
I
how it-
can.
Nobody
still.
wants to have fun these days. Everyone takes everything too
How many
serious.
legs have you broken this year?
None.
Just through your warm-up game leg? Okay. I'm just wondering. Yeah,
Nobody wants to test me anymore.
You're only on it. You shouldn't get to play defense.
touchy stuff?
That's all I
Yeah.
put now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
careful.
actually signed up for your league. I put
Yeah,
myself
he is-
18th
he's on the roster.
list.
You can go tonight.
No, I'm good. Remember,
Holy
you have
shit.
to call 8 through 16 or 8 through 17 before you call me.
there was nobody filled in.
That's
Probably-
fine. You need to fill those names out before you call me.
Ryan.
Sure. Put me at 17.
Okay,
For sure.
perfect.
Yeah, but moral of
And-
the story: be careful who you set rounds up for.
Yeah. That's a tough break. I
Valuable
don't-
life lesson.
Who would have
Um,
thought?
Yep, I think that's a good spot to end the pod.
So,
Leaving people with some wisdom.
That's all I got. Anyone got anything booked for the week? It's Wednesday today.
There's a potential I play in a scramble tomorrow morning, or
Ooh.
Saturday morning. So not even close
Yeah,
to tomorrow.
Okay. I got the guys trip this weekend out to the
Oh,
casino.
there we
To
go.
the sports book. The weird thing is I booked the tee time online, and yesterday when we were trying to coordinate who's driving, what time the tee time, I'm like, well, I better double check to make sure that I did book this for sure. No confirmation email at all. So I had to call in some old guy at the clubhouse. So like, yep, I got you down for 8 a.m.
you, Sonny.
8 a.m. on Sunday. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you. I'm like, all right, I already like the way this is going.
He'll
This guy
probably
sounds
remember
like a
your
good time.
He'll probably remember your voice. It's one. It seems
Yeah,
like one of those.
he's got my
gonna be
tea
like,
time in my name. So
Yeah.
of
Joe
ready
for you.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think Trevor, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's you play 9 holes and then you the next 9 you play them backwards.
I haven't played the course, but I believe that sounds right.
He didn't get his free round.
I
Oh,
know.
that's right. Yeah, the course is weird where it like you play it backwards at some point, or you can play it. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, we'll have some good shit to talk about next week.
Damn, Vikings
Yep.
money line. Smash
Yeah,
it,
you going
Ryan.
gambling before or after?
Smash it.
The night before and then after for NFL on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give you some cash for some futures.
Yeah, you gotta give me cash.
Yeah, I'll Venmo.
Okay, boys, that's all I got.
All right,
Same.
take her easy, folks. Love you.